Hello, everyone, and welcome to our casual coffee chats, where we give you a little sneak peek of our presenters, their topic, and what you can expect from their presentation at the largest annual Canadian Holistic Conference. Our conference is going to be our 14th conference, and it's coming up on Friday, May 13th and Saturday, May 14th. And the theme this year is immunity, unleashing your natural defenses. It is my absolute pleasure today to be joined with Glenda, Britton. Welcome and thank you so much for joining us today.
Oh, thanks so much for having me.
Yes. Now, your presentation is about how the immune system impacts brain function, neuroinflammation, right? Tell us a little bit about why you're so passionate about this topic.
Well, I am truly passionate about it. I've been working in the field for in different ways for almost 30 years. And well, you know, everybody is impacted by either neurological diseases or psychiatric conditions, whether it's individually or with a family member or a workmate or a friend. And I'm no exception to that. I have Alzheimer's in my family history, and I lost a dear friend to Parkinson's. And of course, I've known many people who have struggled with psychiatric conditions. So I'm very passionate about the topic.
Wonderful. So now what can we expect to learn from your presentation?
Well, I divided the presentation into three parts. And the first one is about the history of how they discovered that the immune function is related to brain function. And then I go into a deeper dive with the second section, because this is a huge topic, right? Neuroinflammation. It was like, oh my gosh, why did I call it that? But I've sort of chunked it down into two pathways. And that way, just to, not to overly simplify, but to make the information more usable for people. And yeah, so it's chunked down. You have to watch it to see how I've chunked that down. But basically, you know, two major pathways of how immune function impacts brain function. And then the third one is actually, you know, you have to save the best for last. And that's the strategies, right? That's what we all really want to know. We want to know what we can, you know, bestow on our clients and even use for ourselves. And so basically, I'm looking at ways to mitigate symptoms of neurological disorders by impacting the immune system, or by using these immune pathways. So yeah, the strategies. So that's about it.
Wonderful.
It's a lot.
Not just about it, like that's a lot, right?
It's a lot. It's a big topic.
Yeah, fantastic. What's wonderful is you are an R.H.N, right? Like a registered holistic nutritionist. So you've worked in the field for a long time. So you're really going to bring the information to, you know, your fellow colleagues in a way that they're able to apply. It's within their scope of practice, which is really exciting, having an R.H.N speaker at the conference. So in your presentation, what kinds of things will you really be sharing to the alumni that are attending that they can apply? Like, is it key foods, nutritional strategies, lifestyle, or kind of all the above? Like what are you going to be giving us that we can really use it in practice?
Yeah, it's definitely all that, but I always tend to go food first. But I talk about it like, you know, listing the foods, but the reason why is because of that particular nutrient or antioxidant. So of course, sometimes that, you know, you want to go to the supplement so that you can get exponentially more, but I list all the foods so that people know, because so many people are on such restrictive diets now that, you know, we need to know how we can get the nutrients into them that actually impact neuroinflammation in this particular case. So yeah, I've got lots of lifestyle options, and you know, as I mentioned, you know, I list a few supplements or specific nutrients, and then tons of food. Plus, I'm citing about over 50 studies that I'm pretty sure will be, you know, people have access to that when they get the replay. So if they want to have more information or just wonder, you know, because so much of this information is brand new. So many of these studies that I've cited actually came out of COVID research, because of the research on immune function and how so many people with COVID were impacted with mental health and neurological symptoms. So a lot of this information is, hot off the press. So very, very interesting.
Which is so interesting and so exciting. And people, as you mentioned, over the last 2 years, particularly being isolated, maybe spending more time on the screen, right? Doing Zoom meetings, instead of being in person. There has been lots of research around this sort of cognitive decline and, how do I really nourish my brain when I'm sitting here at a screen for 10, 12 hours a day, right? Like, how do I deal with that neuroinflammation? So we're hearing that a lot within our field. So I think that's so exciting that you're going to come and give us that sort of like new information, new research, but then really keep it applicable for all the fellow, alumni members to use in their practice.
Yeah.
Wonderful. So exciting. So thank you so much. So definitely everyone, you're going to want to make sure you look on your agenda and not miss this presentation. Loads of information. Before we let you go, we're loving to ask all of our speakers to tell us one fun fact about yourself that maybe people don't know about.
Okay. Well, this is actually kind of a superpower. Well, I'm kidding. I'm totally kidding. It is a little more quirky. And I used to think it was absolutely a useless, ability, but I have an uncanny ability to remember what people like to eat. What they like in their coffee. I remember what we had, at dinner parties decades ago. I remember what I served or what I had in a restaurant when I went out for dinner with friends. And I used to think that was so useless. But then later in life, I became a nutritionist, and it's actually been very helpful with my work. So so that's it. Superpower.
I love it. And it is how meaningful as well. Like if someone remembered what I took in my coffee, I'd be so impressed. It's so nice.
And I've never been a waitress. I probably should have been a waitress, but instead now I'm a nutritionist, so I get to use this.
Use it that way. Wonderful. Well, thank you for sharing that with us. And again, for taking time out of your busy schedule to come and talk with us about your presentation. Reminder to everyone that tickets are still on sale. We have our early bird tickets until the end of March. And you can get your tickets up until the conference at CSNNAA.org. So you are not going to want to miss this conference. Lots of amazing speakers and obviously a big topic on immunity, right? People want to know, especially now more than ever, how to keep our immune system healthy and vibrant. So do not miss out on getting your ticket. So thank you again for joining us and have a wonderful day.
Thanks, Joanna.
Thanks. Bye.